Good evening, students. This is Kiran Kumar Velmula, Sri Assistant Professor in Physics, Sri Rajarajeshwara Degree College, Karimnagar. In this video, we are discussing about semiconductor physics. Already in the previous class, we discussed about solid-state physics, materials on the basis of solid-state physics, and the classification of those materials. In this class, we are discussing about semiconductor physics. So, on the basis of electrical properties, semiconductors are classified into different types. So, on the basis of electrical properties, materials which are having resistivity lies between conductor and semiconductor is known as semiconductor, already discussed in the previous video. Similarly, we explained in that about the band theory of solids. On the basis of band theory of solids also, the semiconductor is defined as if the energy gap or the separation distance between the valency and conduction band lies between the conductor as well as insulator, then that type of material is known as semiconductors. These semiconductor materials are classified into two types. First one is intrinsic, that is also known as pure. The second material is extrinsic or impure. Now, classification of semiconductors. So, pure semiconductor. The pure semiconductors which are available in the nature freely, the germanium and silicon are the examples of pure semiconductors. The atomic number of germanium is 32. 28 electrons are bounded by the nucleus very strongly. Only 4 electrons are revolving in the outermost shell. So the valency is 4. So fourth group elements. Similarly, if you take silicon, the atomic number of silicon is 14. 10 electrons are bounded by the nucleus strongly, but 4 electrons are revolving around the nucleus. The valency of silicon is 4. Therefore, the group is 4. So, therefore, pure semiconductors belongs to fourth group elements. The electrical conductivity of these pure semiconductors are not sufficient to maintain the electrical circuit, so we have to increase the conductivity of those semiconductors, because the amount of electrical conductivity is less. So for that purpose, we are increasing the conductivity by adding impurity to the pure conducting crystal. But what is impurity here? Impurity is nothing but the element which doesn't belong to the fourth group, neither third group elements or fifth group, because third and fifth groups are very nearer to the fourth group, right and left. They are aligned to right and left. So therefore, those are more convenient compared to all other groups. If you take third group, it is right side of the fourth group, and it is 5 is left side of the group. Therefore, it is very easy to take and mix it. Therefore, we are taking either the third group elements or fifth group elements to mix impurity to the pure semiconductor to increase the electrical conductivity. So the mixing of impurity, that means either adding tri or penta group elements, is known as doping. On the basis of doping, we are defining the materials into two types. First one is, that means when the impurity is added to the pure semiconductor while in the crystal growth, then that crystal is known as extrinsic. It is nothing but impure. So if you take chemical bonding in the pure semiconductor, so here in the diagram, germanium +4 indicates the outermost electrons. If you bring another germanium atom to very near it, then the 4 electrons of the first germanium is shared with the second germanium and forms covalent bond. Similarly, the second germanium atom consists of 8 electrons. So by sharing 4 electrons of first atom and the second atom by each other, then the covalent bond is forming in the pure germanium. Similarly, the vacancy is created when these electrons are sharing with the other germanium. So in the case of germanium molecule, the number of holes are always is equals to number of electrons. Similarly, if you come to chemical bonding in the case of silicon, this is silicon, the process is same. Here the silicon consists of 4 electrons. If you bring another silicon atom very near to it, then the 4 electrons of the second silicon molecule is combined with the first one, therefore the covalent bond is forming. Similarly, these 4 electrons of the first silicon is shared by the second one, therefore covalent bond is forming. When they are sharing, the holes are created or valencies are created, therefore the number of valency and holes or electrons are same in the case of either silicon or germanium, because silicon and germanium are treated as pure semiconductors. Similarly, if you take extrinsic semiconductor, when we are calling it extrinsic, that means when an impurity means either third group element or fifth group element is added to the pure semiconductor crystal in the growth of the crystal, then that resultant crystal is known as impure or extrinsic crystal. On the basis of doping process, so already we discussed the necessity of the doping. Here we have to define two things. One is impurity and second one is doping. Impurity is nothing but the element which belongs to either third group or fifth group is known as impurity. Doping means, doping is the process of mixing of this third group element or their fifth group element to the pure semiconductor or fourth group element by crystal is growing. So on the basis of doping, what is the important necessary of doping? When other materials are increased or added to the pure semiconductor, then what happens? Either the number of holes or the number of electrons are increased. Therefore, hole acts as a charge carrier as well as electron is also acts as a charge carriers. So if the number of charge carriers are increased, the charge carriers carries the charge, therefore the charge is increasing. Charge is increasing means the electrical conductivity is also increasing. That depends on the percentage of doping and the quantity added to pure semiconductor. So these are the, is also depending on the temperature also. So these are the factors which affecting the electrical conductivity of a given material. So in this case, if you take extrinsic semiconductor is classified into two types. First one is P-type extrinsic semiconductor and And second one is N type of semiconductor. If you take P type of semiconductor materials, if trivalent atom like aluminum, boron is added to pure semiconductor material, then what happens? That resultant crystal is known as P-type semiconductor material. If you observe the chemical bonding in P-type semiconductor, the valency of aluminum or boron is 3. That means trivalent atom is added to pure semiconductor. In this diagram we are observing the chemical bonding in P-type of semiconductor. Aluminum is added to silicon in this case. So in the aluminum there are 3 electrons in the outermost shell. So one is vacant. The silicon, the 4 outermost electrons of silicon is forming the covalent bond with the 3 electrons of aluminum, and the 4th electron of silicon is not a covalent bond, because there is the deficiency of electron to form a covalent bond here. There is deficiency is in the form of a circle. The circle is known as a hole. That means in P-type of semiconductor, for each and every aluminum and silicon atom we are getting one hole. So therefore, if you increase the quantity of aluminum or impurity as well as crystal, then the number of holes are increasing. Therefore, in the P-type of semiconductor, holes are the majority charge carriers and electron are the minority charge carriers. That means if the temperature is given to the material, the covalent bonds will be broken. In that case, the electrons and holes are available, but holes are more in number in the case of P-type of semiconductor. Therefore, in the P-type of semiconductor, holes are the majority charge carriers as well as electrons are the minority charge carriers in this case. So similarly, if you take N type of semiconductor, if pentavalent atom is added to the pure semiconductor crystal, either germanium or silicon in the crystal growth, then the resultant crystal is known as extrinsic N type of semiconductor. In extrinsic semiconductor, if you observe, they are adding pentavalent. So if you observe the chemical bonding in N type of semiconductor, so pentavalent atom consists of 5 electrons in the outermost shell. So therefore, if you add this pentavalent to silicon, the 4 electrons of the silicon is combining with the 4 outermost electrons of this phosphorus. 1 electron is free. That means in N type of semiconductor, the number of electrons are more compared to the number of holes. When the temperature is given to this combination, the covalent bonds broken, therefore the number of holes and electrons are available. Therefore, in the case of N type of semiconductor, number of electrons are the majority charge carriers compared to the minority charge carriers. Holes are the minority charge carriers, electrons are the majority carriers. If you come to the temperature effect on semiconductors, then in the case of metals, the temperature is directly proportional to the resistance. So therefore, if the temperature increases, the resistance also increases, the conductivity decreases in the case of metals. So, or in the case of conductors. But in the case of semiconductors, when the temperature increases, the resistance decreases. That means the temperature is inversely proportional to the resistance of the semiconductor material, because the total temperature is supplied to it is utilized to initially break the covalent bonds to form free electrons or free holes. Therefore, the temperature is utilized to break the bonds. Here, after breaking only, the conduction electron come out and jump from conduction valency band to conduction band. Then only the holes and electrons are forming. So on the basis of doping process, if it doped with trivalent, then holes are created more in number, electrons are in less number. Similarly, if the doped element is pentavalent, then electrons are more in number and holes are in less number. This is the effect of the temperature on the semiconductors. The major difference between the temperature effect on the conductor and semiconductor is, in the case of metals, the temperature is directly proportional to resistance. When the resistance increases, the conductivity decreases. But while in the case of semiconductors, the temperature increases, the resistance decreases. When the resistance decreases, then the covalent bonds will be broken. So when the covalent bonds will be broken, the number of either holes or the number of electrons are changing. Therefore, the charge carriers are increasing. The charge carriers nature depending on the doping process. If the doping is pentavalent, then the majority charge carriers are electrons. If the doping is trivalent, then the doping is trivalent, then the majority charge carriers are electrons and minority charge carriers are holes. So this is the process of forming pure and impure semiconductors and chemical bonding forming in extrinsic semiconductor, and the nature of pentavalent and trivalent atom we discussed in this. So in the next class we are discussing about the p-n junction diodes. Thank you.